So, welcome to a collection video.
Oh, goody.
Yeah, this is just wrap-up for the North Island. So, as a result, we don't really have a lot to talk about, so prepare for a lot of just random chit-chat about stupid stuff.
Yeah. Like this chair. Like, I notice it's new. Like, this isn't the usual chair you guys have for me.
Yeah, apparently the last one was ruined. Something about glue.
Really? I was wondering where that went. You know how that happens? I mean, you put away your glue after you're done using it for your modeling project or whatnot, and you put it, like, in a pocket, and you forget about it. And then it turns up in the weirdest places.
Mysterious.
Yeah, I must have just put it in a back pocket or something.
Alright, so this is the reason why we were watching that. I finally got enough evil karma to get to most wanted. Meaning I can now afford unlimited running.
And you have eaten the other bird. But your bird is now a skeleton.
Yup, there we go. Endless speed. I can run forever now. It's pretty great.
Did I just see stasis bubble on the list there?
Yes, I believe so. I don't exactly remember what that does, though. Because I'm the best at LPs.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering.
Yeah, I think stasis bubble is something that has to deal with the neon grenades. It might actually be the name of the move that the neon grenades are actually called. I just call them the neon grenades because it's easier that way.
Because they are neon and they act like grenades.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like you've got some other evil upgrade to your, your neon grenades, then.
Yeah, I don't exactly remember what it does, because, like I said, I never really used the neon grenades until very recently. So, I never really paid attention to what they did. Hey, come back here! Come back here!
Yeah, where did they come from, and how did they live through your explosion?
I don't know!
Because I noticed that you blew all of the panels off of the trailer here.
Yeah.
But oddly enough, the panels inside did not blow up, but,
They're specially armored, I guess.
So these are just sort of generic, like, area perks that you get for exploding the trailers?
Yeah, you get to see where all of the blast cores are on the map, pretty much. That's really basically the only benefit to it. Frame rate!
Yeah, there. See, the initial explosion blew off all of the panels. But the neon shots themselves... Oh, they do explode on the side that faces you.
Yeah. At the very least, they do that. There we go.
Bad touch.
Well, I mean, using the touchpad can be kind of awkward sometimes. And that's not just for this game. That's pretty much for any PlayStation 4 game that doesn't do just simple motions with it. Because the Tomb Raider Definitive Edition was really good because all you did was just simple up or side motions, and that's all you needed to do with it. So it worked out really well.
That's sort of how it works, though, isn't it? Like, the first time they try to include new stuff on the controller, it just does not work out very well.
No, in fact, the PlayStation 3 had the 6-axis, and every game that came out for the PlayStation 3 that was a Sony produced game was forced to use 6-axis, whether it was any good or not, and it wasn't any good for the most part. They eventually dropped that.
Right, which is why it's motion controls for the controller really aren't a part of the PS4, are they?
Not really. This is really the only game I've seen them do anything with motion controls for the controller, and even then, you're just doing something very basic and simple, which is turning it on its side and using it as a spray paint can.
Okay.
Yeah, I basically collected every shard that I was missing on this half of the game.
Yeah, it says, like, deadly stasis is your upgrade for the grenades, I guess.
Okay. So if you zap them anywhere, they are instantly disintegrated, pretty much.
Well, if they're in the stasis bubble.
Yes. Oh, enemy drain is a cool one. That was one of the generic ones. If you kill an enemy and they are completely like obliterated, you gain a little bit of your power back. Yeah.
You know what might have made this game better in terms of integration, power integration? Because as it is, you basically, from what I've been hearing in the thread, basically you have to, everybody's sort of got their personal favorite, and once they get a hold of it, they don't really do anything else with the old ones.
Right. I'm trying to avoid that with the LP by simply using the most recent power that I've acquired.
Right, but it sounds like that's kind of what people do also, sometimes.
It depends on how much you like the next power, but go ahead. You were getting somewhere?
Space Needle Robot.
Yep.
Rock'em Sock'em Space Needle Robot.
That's my favorite evil tag in the entire game.
What's even evil about that? It's Rock'em Sock'em Robots. But, yeah, I was just thinking, though, like, instead of having all of these repetitive abilities, where each of them has just a slight variation on the basic attacks, and, grenades and rockets and such, it might have been better if, like, the hell is that?
You'll see.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
It might have been better if they had, if each new power was also, like, related to an attack type. Like, you get smoke for running up walls, you get neon for dashes, and you can use them all simultaneously, is the big thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they were trying to go with, like, a rogue thing where he can only have one power at any given time. Because if you had all of the powers at once, that would just be ridiculous and overpowered.
Well, what I'm saying is that it wouldn't be, because each power is only tied to one attack type.
True.
Like, smoke would be just like the basic ranged attacks. And then, let's say, neon would be grenades, and whatever comes next would be rockets.
Yeah, they did kind of space it out a little bit better in InFamous 1, at least, because, like I said, it's been years and years since I played InFamous 2, so I really don't remember the pacing in that. I remember it being better, but I don't remember it, like, for specific reasons. I don't remember why it's better.
And then, each time you get a new karma bomb, or each time you get a new power, it would enhance the karma bomb by adding that power to the explosion. Like, you see that neon is already like a 2-3 stage attack. Like, what would happen if the first stage was smoke, the second stage was neon, and then the third stage was the third ability?
That would be pretty cool. Like, that you do bring up a good point, but at the same time, I am sort of glad that Neon is its own power because of just how goddamn showy it is. And the next power also, I'm really glad is its own power for various reasons. But yes, for the most part, I actually found it really weird that one of the people posting in the thread said that smoke was his favorite power, because I actually don't think smoke is that great at all. I think smoke is easily the weakest it's easily the weakest power of the bunch. Which sort of makes sense, because it's the first one you get.
Yeah.
But, like I said earlier, depending on which path I'm playing, I will either take Neon or the next power as the best power in the game, because I honestly think that Neon is better as a good character than it is as an evil character.
Nice jump there.
Pull them out of those big yellow suspicion pens you see around the city. I had to pull 20 people out of those cages, kicking and screaming, begging for me.
How long have they been set up here in Seattle?
A weekend. They got here a week before we did, but he's just talking about in general, like whenever they take over a city, this is the sort of thing they do. So I'm guessing that this was a couple years ago in a different city.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, if they keep doing this, if they keep pulling this kind of thing on major population centers, I can see why the DUP would have problems getting consistent funding from the federal government.
Actually, the problem with their funding isn't that they're bad at their jobs, is that they are so good at their jobs, there are no free conduits left, so the government's like, why are we paying you again? You don't do anything now, because...
Well, they do something. They take over goddamn cities and impose martial law. That's kind of what I was saying.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
come on.
You know, you make a mockery of our constitutional laws, and you're not catching conduits, so why the hell are we paying you?
Yeah, so that's sort of why they're here, because there's 3 conduits around, and they're trying to be like, look, we're still relevant. We can still do shit.
Yeah. Does that mean that they're the ones who arranged for the break?
Not really, no.
And wait a second, that red star thing clearly should have been painted on first. Why did you not get a layer for that?
Yeah, there's a couple of instances in the evil tags that I've noticed that he should definitely have layered that differently.
Weird.
Like, that one I didn't notice at first, but there's one later that you just have to be like, why the hell did he layer it this way?
I recognize your voice, sir. I don't find this funny.
Oh, and the DUP lady is starting to recognize us.
I find it kind of odd that apparently in addition to the in addition to the large tags and such, he's also putting out a bunch of smaller graffiti on top of his or actually like behind his major bits of artwork. Like, but
yeah,
and yet that's just on the just for the evil tag, though. Guess the sniper was too far away?
Yeah, he was... Yeah, they were just far enough out of range, I think. And also, it was kind of bullshit that that they shot the rocket, and right as I was getting out of my invincibility frames, the rocket hit me.
But yeah, like there's the little people tagging their names there along the bottom.
I didn't notice that, but yeah, that's kind of interesting now that you've pointed it out.
Like, if that was just a part of the billboard in general, I could expect that, but...
Yeah, but it's not. He specifically tagged other people's names.
In their handwriting.
Yeah. It looks like I went the wrong way.
Yeah, good aim there, buddy. Oh, hey there, cat.
Hello, cat.
Cat wants my lap.
I have no cat in this room right now. Which is odd, because there are 3 of them living here.
Comish are tough. Augustine told him he had tested positive for the conduit gene, and that he had one chance to join her. He looked at her and just started laughing. She was furious.
Yeah, my legs kind of clipped into that building, didn't they?
So is this like the smoke guy they're talking about?
No, it's just a random Lacomish dude that Augustine brought in, and she's like, yeah, guess what? You tested positive for the conduit gene, and so he's just like, yeah, fuck you, buddy. There's no way.
Like, are they activating the conduit genes for like the people who accept?
No, it was just a scare tactic. She was trying to get information about Delsin out of him. It was basically, you can tell me where Delsin is, or you can go to Curtin K. And he basically chose to go to Curtin K because the Akomish look after their own.
Well, except when they don't. So what's the enhancement here?
Delsin, you are one talented son of a gun.
Yep.
An entire dupe guy in an office chair.
Yeah.
You don't scare me.
Man, there are a lot of these things, aren't there?
Yeah. We're coming towards the end of the first half of them. There's basically at least one in every district. Like, there's at least one of a tag in every district. I think it might be only one per district, unlike the tags in which there can be up to 3, I think I've seen.
Visually strong, easy to train, and versatile. This proved harder than you.
Wait, so these people just aren't just showing up as concrete conduits?
The DUP agents are normal people who have been given concrete powers, but back when the DUP was still like in the planning stages, they were trying to decide what power would be the best to put out there, and they were like, well, there's wire and glass and paper and all sorts of stuff, but in the end it ended up being concrete.
And in the process, apparently, it gave Augustine the chance to seize power
pretty
over
much.
the organization.
Mm-hmm. It's like this was almost planned or something.
I don't know. It sounds more like it was just sort of a golden opportunity for her.
Not bad.
Like the other, is that Jell-O or what?
It's supposed to be a popsicle, I think.
Oh, so like popsicle. Okay.
Yeah.
You have reached the DUP helpline. Do you have a bioterrorist incident to report?
So, what are you wearing?
Wait, I know that little kid who keeps calling. Ah!
Why do they even keep answering my calls?
That's a legitimately good question. I think they'd be able to screen these. Unless he's buying a burner phone every time.
Well, I don't know, because, I mean, they do have... He is calling in a bioterrorist action.
True. Just because he's the one doing it doesn't make it any less legitimate.
Yeah. I mean, he's not even setting up like a trap or anything. It's just... He is baiting them to come out so you can kill them.
I guess that's kind of a trap, but okay.
Well, it's a trap in that he is far more powerful than any of them. And they really should be sending, basically every, district, squadron, after him for just one district attack.
I don't ever wear it, but we got a jacket called the Crocodile. And apparently the Crocodile is a real place in Seattle. I think it's some sort of club, but I can't be entirely sure. Apparently it's somewhere in this game. I actually don't know where, but it pops up in the credits of the places that they got permission to use when they were redoing Seattle, which is basically the Space Needle and a couple other places that I can't really recognize.
Local haunts?
Yeah, I think. I know there's at least one that's the Pink Elephant Car Wash. That's another real Seattle landmark that they got permission to use.
Well, there's also, the public spaces. I remember the one guy saying that there was that one park.
Yeah.
The actual exhibits with the dinosaurs, that wasn't real, but the place where they were is.
Right.
Okay, so how is nobody stopping him in this case?
Oh god. Okay, so you think this is weird. In the good playthrough, which you haven't seen yet, there are cops that come walking right up, and one just stops right in front of it and starts watching, pretty much. It's really funny.
Not even a, hey, you got a permit for that?
No.
Man, that one's actually interesting because it uses green spray paint.
Yeah, I think that's the only time you ever use any color aside from red, black, white, and yellow. And blue for good tags.
I do like the appropriate location for it, though.
Yeah. It's good. It was that Pink Elephant Car Wash I was just talking about.
You would not want... The Wicked Witch of the West would not want to hang out near a car wash.
Oh, I said this in the good playthrough, but one time I was doing this tag, and for some reason it was letting me do it while the DUP were hot on my heels. So one of the DUP agents was just standing right in front of me, waiting very patiently for me to finish my tag before he started shooting me.
I remember, back in Saints Row 2, they weren't quite so considerate as that.
It's been a while since I played 2.
Yeah, only remember one of the collectibles is spraying your tag over all of the other gang's tags.
Oh, right.
Huh. So the DUP is being assaulted by the porta potty.
Yeah. Listen, it doesn't have to make sense. It's art. I don't like this one because it's just a big square that you have to almost pretty much practically fill.
Well, you pretty much do fill it.
Well, yeah. And we're gonna see that when not in control of Delsin, when not in control by the player, Delsin has some really good detail work. Look at that! Look at the numbers on there. I didn't spray those.
Damn.
Yeah.
Tasteful.
How did he get up there?
Yeah, why couldn't I spray that? Come on.
Normally you exist as Neon when when you're halfway up a building.
He must have a system of lovers and pulleys.
Oh wait, okay, so there's the rest of the graffiti there.
Oh, yeah, they already do, okay.
Helpline, do you have a bioterrorist
So it is just
report?
adding
Oh my
stuff to
God,
it.
There's a bioterrorist. He's so threatening and stunningly handsome.
Okay,
I can't
but
control myself.
I don't know, I don't seem to see that. Like on the good tag.
Yeah. That's because with the good tag, he covers up the entire thing. I think that's like the only tag that covers up the entire one, because like all the other ones you can sort of see the DUP stuff behind it, but for the other three, I'm pretty sure it doesn't cover it all.
I wonder if they meant for these to be clearable by like a single karma bomb each.
Later ones do get a little better when it comes to clearing them out, but usually they can be taken out by a single karma bomb, so I'm not sure if it was planned or not.
And by the way,
Delson, they found me. I need your help.
oh,
Now.
okay. Did you do like the districts out of order? Because that last one was kind of generic.
I don't know if there's actually a set order to them or not. Like, I don't know if it just spawns a certain set of enemies depending on which district you're in or what number district you're in. I think it's predetermined every time, though.
Well, I was just saying what he was saying was the call-in he performed.
Oh,
That was generic and did not seem to remember the fact that he was now flirting with the woman at the other end.
no, he only does that once, but no, those are always in a set order. Those little quips are always in a set order.
Well, you'd think he'd get tired of doing the nonsense part of it then.
I don't know. This is the last mission in Cole's Legacy, and you get a special reward that I don't use for quite a while because I forgot that I actually did this mission. So I forgot that I had the reward, and I didn't want to spoil it.
Wait, how could you spoil the reward if you don't have it?
Because the reward is a certain kind of clothing, and if you have a completed save file, no matter what, you have all of the clothing options when you start a new game, unless you're playing on a completely different profile, which I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Delson, watch your actions. They will not only define you, but the whole world. Don't be so hard on your brother. I spent the last decade trying to prove mine was responsible for all the bad that's happened in the world. It's not worth it.
Did he succeed?
I don't know. Oh, I meant to say this. Issuing a correction on who Raymond Wolf is. I said he was the brother of the man who became, like, the main enemy of the second game. That is not true. He is the brother of the man who designed the ray sphere, which is what created conduits in the first place.
Take this the wrong way, but I kind of got this whole undercover thing going on right now.
So he's related to the man who's basically the entire problem of this world is on his shoulders.
So he is responsible for creating super people.
Yeah. Well, his brother is responsible for creating super people.
Well, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
But I definitely do like the no pauses here. And now that I'm watching it, I really don't see why you would not be able to get this immediately.
Yeah. It's ridiculous why you should have to wait until Karma level 4 to do this, why you couldn't just get it immediately. It's dumb.
Especially since you can just hit the button to start running immediately after you stop. So it's just,
Yeah.
it's a matter of slightly improving your speed and greatly increasing the, decreasing the level of annoyance.
Yeah. Alright, so this entire North Island is completely 100% DUP free. So next time, we're gonna go take care of the Southern Island.